Okay, let's be honest. Who doesn't love a perfectly ripe, sweet mango? I mean, it's basically nature's candy. But you know that little voice in the back of your head? The one that worries about the sugar rush, that big spike, and the crash that comes after? Well, what if I told you the secret to smoothing out that ride was already sitting in your fridge? Turns out, a super simple food pairing might be all it takes.
So let's just dive right into it. We're going to tackle what I like to call the mango question. Is this amazing fruit secretly a sugar trap?
Or, to put it another way, is it actually possible to eat a sweet, delicious mango and not send your blood sugar into the stratosphere? Well, we're about to find out.
And to get our answer, we're going to look at a really simple experiment. You don't need a fancy lab for this one, just a regular person, a mango, and a glucose monitor to see what's really happening inside.
The setup here is just brilliant in its simplicity. So test number 1, 250 grams of mango, eaten all by itself. For test number 2, the exact same amount, 250 grams of mango, but this time it's paired with 40 grams of unsweetened fresh cream. That's it. The only thing that changes is adding a little bit of fat.
All right, the stage is set. It's mango versus mango with cream, and what that little glucose monitor showed was, honestly, pretty surprising. So first up, the control group. Just the mango. Eating 250 grams of it all by itself? Whoa. That shot blood sugar up by 40 milligrams per deciliter. That is a big spike. Exactly what we're trying to figure out how to avoid, right?
So that's our baseline. Now for the million-dollar question, does a little bit of cream really make a difference?
And the answer is a huge yes. With the cream, that blood sugar increase was only 25 milligrams per deciliter. I mean, that is a massive drop from the 40 we saw just a second ago.
And when you see it on a chart like this, wow, the difference is it's stark. We're not talking about a tiny little adjustment here. Adding that cream slashed the glucose spike by almost 40%. That is huge. It's just a perfect example of how one simple food pairing can totally change how your body reacts.
Okay, so we've seen what happened, but the really interesting question is why. This isn't some kind of magic trick, it's just basic physiology. So let's break down the simple science behind this whole thing.
So here's the deal. When you eat that mango with the cream, the fat actually slows down your digestion, and that in turn flattens out the sugar spike. It's kind of like the cream acts as a speed bump for all that sugar, preventing a huge traffic jam in your bloodstream.
You know, the key term here is gastric emptying. The fat literally slows down how fast your stomach empties out. And what that means is the sugar from the mango gets released into your system way more gradually, which gives your body time to process it without freaking out and causing a big spike.
Now this all sounds like the perfect hack, doesn't it? But there's a really important trade-off we've got to talk about. Because it's not just about blood sugar, it's also about calories.
And here's that trade-off right here in black and white. While the mango with cream gives you that awesome, much lower 25 milligrams per deciliter spike, look at the calories. They almost double. So what you're doing is you're literally trading more calories to get better control over your blood sugar.
But there's a really smart solution to this whole calorie problem. Just like the experimenter points out, you just reduce your portion size. And it works because the cream makes the whole thing so much richer and more satisfying, so you actually feel full and happy with less. It's all about finding that sweet spot for satisfaction and your metabolism.
So let's wrap this all up with the 3 big takeaways. Number 1, pairing a carb like a fruit with a healthy fat can seriously flatten that blood sugar spike. Number 2, you've got to remember that fat adds calories, so you have to be mindful of that trade-off. And number 3, the real key to making this all work is portion control, enjoying a smaller, richer, and way more satisfying serving.
And that leaves us with a pretty cool thought to chew on. We've just seen the mango and cream effect in action. But think about this. What's the equivalent for potatoes or rice or even a piece of toast? Playing around with these simple pairings could completely change the way you think about food.